What if I told you that some parts of Dubai, a city once famous for endless growth and luxury, are now seeing empty apartments, quiet streets, and businesses struggling to survive? For years, Dubai was the ultimate success story. People from around the world moved there for tax-free income, luxury lifestyles, booming real estate, and endless opportunities. Investors rushed in. Developers built faster than ever. New neighborhoods appeared almost overnight. But recently, cracks have started to show. While Dubai remains one of the world's most important business hubs, not every area is benefiting equally. In fact, several districts that once attracted huge crowds are now experiencing declining occupancy rates, reduced foot traffic, and increasing numbers of vacant properties. Rising living costs, changing work patterns, shifting investment trends, and growing competition from newer developments are causing some residents to relocate. Others are leaving the city entirely in search of lower costs and better long-term opportunities. The result? Areas that were once filled with activity are becoming noticeably quieter. Now, before we continue, it's important to understand that Dubai as a whole is not collapsing. The city continues to attract tourists, entrepreneurs, and investors from across the globe. However, certain neighborhoods are facing challenges that few people are talking about. In today's video, we're counting down 10 Dubai areas that are seeing significant declines in activity and exploring the reasons why people are choosing to leave. Let's begin with number 10. Once considered one of Dubai's most affordable residential communities, International City attracted thousands of middle-income workers and families. But affordability alone hasn't been enough to keep residents from moving elsewhere. Many tenants complain about aging infrastructure, traffic congestion, and limited upgrades compared to newer developments. As modern communities offer better amenities and improved transportation links, some residents have decided it's time to move on. Discovery Gardens enjoyed tremendous popularity because of its spacious apartments and relatively affordable rents. Yet in recent years, competition from newer residential projects has reduced its appeal. Many renters now prefer communities that offer smart home features, upgraded facilities, and more modern living environments. As a result, some sections of Discovery Gardens are experiencing slower demand than they once did. Dubai Investment Park was designed to combine residential, commercial, and industrial activities into one massive development. While parts of the area remain active, certain residential zones have struggled to maintain the same level of occupancy they enjoyed during previous growth periods. Businesses relocating and changing market conditions have affected demand, leaving some buildings with noticeably higher vacancy rates. What's particularly interesting is that all three of these communities share a common problem. They were once considered excellent value. But as Dubai expanded and newer neighborhoods entered the market, residents gained more options than ever before. And when people have more choices, older communities often face increasing pressure to compete. Unfortunately, the next areas on our list are experiencing even bigger challenges. For decades, Jebel Ali served as a critical industrial and logistics center. Workers and families settled nearby to stay close to employment opportunities. Changing business patterns and the growth of alternative residential districts have led some residents to relocate. Certain housing clusters now appear much quieter than they did years ago. Most people know Al Quoz for its warehouses, workshops, and industrial facilities. Yet it also contains residential neighborhoods. As Dubai continues investing heavily in newer mixed-use communities, some older residential pockets within Al Quoz have struggled to keep pace. Residents seeking modern amenities often choose to move elsewhere, reducing demand in specific parts of the district. Deira is one of Dubai's oldest and most historic districts. It played a major role in the city's transformation from a trading port into a global business center, but age can be both a strength and a weakness. While many visitors still enjoy Deira's traditional markets and cultural significance, some residential and commercial properties face increasing competition from newer business districts. Modern office spaces and luxury developments elsewhere have attracted companies and residents away from certain sections of the area. The challenge isn't that these neighborhoods lack history, the challenge is that Dubai evolves incredibly fast. Buildings that seemed modern 10 years ago can feel outdated today. Neighborhoods that were once highly desirable can suddenly find themselves competing against billion-dollar developments featuring cutting-edge designs and world-class amenities. And the next 4 areas show exactly how intense that competition has become. Dubai's Silicon Oasis remains an important technology-focused community. However, some of its older residential sections have experienced slower demand compared to newly developed neighborhoods. Residents increasingly seek luxury amenities, larger recreational spaces, and upgraded facilities, creating challenges for older properties. Dubai Sports City was envisioned as a vibrant sports-centered destination. While parts of the development remain active, some residential buildings have struggled with fluctuating occupancy levels. Market competition and changing buyer preferences have impacted demand in specific locations. Property owners in some areas have been forced to offer incentives and lower rental rates to attract tenants. Motor City gained popularity thanks to its unique design and family-friendly atmosphere. Yet newer developments across Dubai are now competing aggressively for the same residents. Modern towers, advanced facilities, and attractive payment plans have encouraged some tenants and investors to shift their attention elsewhere. The pattern keeps repeating itself. As new communities emerge, older developments must work harder to remain competitive. For some neighborhoods, adaptation happens quickly. For others, the process is much slower. That brings us to the number 1 area, a location that perfectly illustrates how rapidly fortunes can change in one of the world's most dynamic real estate markets, and the reasons behind its decline may surprise you. Dubailand was once promoted as one of the most ambitious development projects in the region. The vision was enormous. Massive residential communities, entertainment attractions, commercial centers, and lifestyle destinations would transform the area into a major hub. While parts of Dubailand have succeeded, some sections have struggled with slower than expected population growth and occupancy rates. Distance from key business districts has been a concern for certain residents. Others have chosen communities offering easier access to employment centers, schools, and transportation networks. As a result, some completed projects have experienced periods where vacancy levels remained higher than developers originally anticipated. But here's the important thing: the story isn't simply about people leaving specific neighborhoods, it's about changing priorities. Many residents today want shorter commutes, better public transportation, modern amenities, flexible work environments, and strong community experiences. Areas that fail to keep up with those expectations can lose residents surprisingly quickly. Dubai's property market is highly competitive. A neighborhood that dominates today can face serious challenges tomorrow if newer developments offer better value or convenience.